campaign to push back against the United States and to bring international support against Israel and to deter, to shift attention from Iran itself.
And Beth, President Trump recently met with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, MBS. Obviously, the Saudis are publicly condemning the attack by the Israelis on Iran, saying that any sort of normalization talks between Saudi Arabia and Israel are off and never going to happen. How do you think the Saudis...
Yeah, no, Saudi Arabia is definitely really sad that Israel bombed its #1 adversary in the region,
targeting so many of Iran's military leaders.
Saudi Arabia literally uses the Iran nuclearization program in the same exact way that Israel does to justify getting nuclear arms themselves. Saudi Arabia is not only an American asset, but Saudi Arabia itself is literally demanding to engage in nuclear proliferation because they keep saying Iran is about to get nukes. And we're probably going to give Saudi Arabia nukes anyway.
You know, we're saying the right
if they don't have
here,
them already.
So don't attack us. And then they're also quietly, almost certainly helping in terms of the radar coverage and the efforts coordinated by CENTCOM to protect Israel.
Beth Sanner, Norman Rule, thanks to both of you. We're continuing to follow the breaking news out of the Middle East. Meanwhile, back here in D.C., final preparations are underway for tomorrow's massive military parade.
Wow. Oops. Sorry about my shine.
The fuck? Israeli medics say at least 40 people have been injured in Iranian missile strikes.
Still make a deal, or has he been so weakened by the attacks that, as I said to you earlier, it seems
this
to
image
me
is
that
like the HasanAbi broadcast in a nutshell.
Israel didn't just bomb the nuclear program, it bombed the moderates in Iran. Israel has a military superiority thanks to the United States. You could also say it's not Israel.
Yeah, the Likud run, terror run, Likud run health ministry says 40 casualties so far. I call into question these fatality reports, the casualty reports. This attack by Iran is unique for Israel. Usually Israel has to deal with paramilitary groups with barely capable munitions. Now they're fighting a whole ass country. This is Israel's first war with a conventional military since 1973. And even then, they have a tremendous upper hand. Remember, the Iranian Air Force can't fly over fucking Iraq to deliver precise munitions to Israel. Okay? Whereas Israel can do that to Iran. This is important to take note of. Iran does not have the same level of defense capabilities that Israel has. Israel is not defending itself by itself. Israel is defending itself with the entirety of the Western world and all of its fucking military prowess backing Israel, both in its offensive capabilities and also in its defensive capabilities. All of the other countries in the region, including the Arab countries, are also working to defend Israel. What? In any way, air-to-surface missiles from Iran couldn't get past the Iron Dome? Their only capabilities, ballistic missiles anyway? That's a bad argument. Wait, what? No, I mean, the Iron Dome is, when I say Iron Dome, I just mean all of Israel's defense capabilities. I don't just mean the Tamir interceptors. The Khyber Shakhan is an Iranian solid fuel medium range ballistic missile, 11.4 meters long, 76 meters in diameter, weighs 6.3 tons with a 550 kilogram warhead. A fast and intense explosive type. It is a definite operating radius of more than 1,400 kilometers. The missile can reach speeds of Mach 4 to 6 before leaving the atmosphere. The velocity of the warhead at the moment of impact is estimated to be at 2 to 3 Mach.
This hour, Iranian missiles have been hitting targets across Israel, including Tel Aviv and Jerusalem.
No, Israeli live cams are not down. There's just no more.
These are extraordinary scenes and sights and sounds that we heard.
I will say, Iran's attacks are not, I don't think Iran's attacks right now are limited because of restraint. I think it's limited because they just don't have the capabilities. I will say that. What I'm also shocked by in this, the Iranian response is that last time Iran did this, they also, I think, activated on the ground sleeper cells too. Because if I recall, there was there was a terror attack that took place simultaneously. And this time they have not done that. And I don't know if it's because they're waiting. I don't know if it's because they're waiting or if they just don't have any capabilities. Yeah, bus attack. Al Mayadeen confirms that Iranian missile hit a nuclear research site in Tel Aviv, and the Hebrew media reports it too. Yeah, there's nothing. Sahad English reports that Israeli gunboats opened fire on tents along Gaza seashore. New footage of the aftermath suggests at least 4 people killed and 10 wounded. Listen to the voice call from reporters below.
يا الله شارع البحر.
Yeah, Israeli army also does not want to release. We stress the need not to publish or share attack locations. Israeli army, we stress the need not to publish or share attack locations. They are actively trying to suppress the damage in order not to cause disruption or chaos, in order not to freak people out. All had heard that Trump was agitated all around, all in all, and in a call with Bibi told him not to, but also maybe you can. One source described it as a green light and a red light. Another called it a yellow light. Yeah, okay. Major breaking: Iran reportedly launched missiles to Netanyahu's bunker. Okay, I don't think that's not real news. It is claimed that sirens sounded at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. Oh, military parade forecast. Thunderstorms could disrupt President Trump's massive military parade tomorrow. Here's the forecast and what the army says. Oh my God. It seems like God is trying to tell us something. It seems like this shouldn't happen. We are tempting fate here. How long will this last by your estimations? Israeli officials think 2 weeks. Yeah, as I said last night, when Israel says 2 weeks, that means it's fucking permanent, okay? That means it is going. I mean, they said that about Hamas after October 7. Russia said that about Ukraine. It was supposed to be a 2-week-long military campaign. American officials under the Trump administration said that about COVID. So whenever someone says, oh, it's just going to last 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, know that it's going to be a lot longer than fucking 2 weeks, okay?
You know, various places have various numbers here, but we can tell you this. The top-ranking military officer in Iran and the head of the Revolutionary Guard Corps are among those killed. Israel also says it also struck 2 of Iran's nuclear facilities themselves, Isfahan and Natanz. Natanz is the site at the heart of Iran's nuclear ambitions. We saw massive flames there. The head of the IAEA says Israel destroyed Iran's above-ground enrichment plant at the site. Of course, a lot of the facilities there are so deep underground that you can understand why this is going to continue if annihilation of the nuclear facilities is the goal. The Israeli spy agency, the Mossad, releasing this video of what they say are their agents smuggling weapons into Iran well ahead of the attacks, which would show, obviously, meticulous planning and forethought. We've got much more on that part, the covert operation that went into this ahead, a special report. But at one point, the IDF posted on its social media site today, all of Israel is under fire as Iran retaliated. Iran claims this is just the beginning of what it says will be a crushing response. President Trump says he was aware of Israel's initial attack before it happened, although Marco Rubio has taken great pains to signal to Iran that the United States did not assist, something Iran has made clear.
That doesn't look real, chatters.
On the ground in Jerusalem to begin our coverage. And when I say begin, Warren, you are in the midst of an ongoing developing situation, missiles coming in just moments ago to where you are. What is the latest you're learning?
Well, we were sitting here just about a half an hour ago when the sirens were going off, not only in Jerusalem, but in the entire surrounding area. And based on the red alerts we kept on getting into our phones across much of the country, we saw red alerts in Tel Aviv, in Beersheba, in the north as well in some places, as well as the occupied West Bank, with the IDF saying just moments ago that there were dozens of missiles that had been launched from Iran toward the state of Israel. Some, quote, some of the missiles were intercepted. We saw interceptors fired off from right behind us here where we sit in Jerusalem. And I should note that what we look out on, which is generally southward facing from where we sit, is Israel's Knesset. We saw both interceptors launched close enough that it was quite loud here behind us, as well as what appeared to be interceptions themselves, and then falling shrapnel. It's unclear if any of the missiles that we were able to see got through. But over the course of several minutes, we heard the loud explosions of several intercepts. We heard red alerts, the siren warning going off west from where we're sitting right now, and that extended for a period of several minutes. It wasn't all that long before the Israeli military gave the heads up that people could leave shelters and that the warning to be right next to shelters had been lifted. Still, it was quite dramatic what played out in the skies, not only behind us, but also in the skies over Tel Aviv. We're waiting for reports from Israel's Magen David Adom, that is, it's effectively its Red Cross, on whether there were...
What is this? Sorry to be that person, but why do American citizens care? We never interfere in other countries' nonsense. Dude, you cannot be here for 12 months. You cannot be a 12-month subscriber and literally fucking think that this is not our genocide and this is not our fucking vision for what must happen in the Middle East. This is a joke, right? Thank you for your support for the past 12 months, though. The Piker Broadcasting Service is funded by people like you. Whether you watch me on mute or watch me with full volume,